Following on from the national dish of Palestine, Musakhan, and using it as an opportunity to not only explore the history of the dish, but also use it as a vehicle to speak on Palestine. The next dish is Saltah, is a Yemeni dish, Yemeni national dish. The word Saltah is derived from Salata, meaning composition of vegetables, and known internationally as salad. There are different ways to make the dish, but like most of the places that you'll go to is lamb, or you can use other meats as well. But it's lamb it's like a lamb broth with rice, with the spices and herbs used as well. But if I want to explain it in a general way, is that's what it is. Back in the day, like maybe the Ottoman times, basically the the rich would give their leftovers, and people would make a dish and they would distribute it to like the mosques and other places where people maybe weren't so well off. And now it's become popular all over Yemen, and we can see that at this moment that they're really struggling, and to have something like this would require leftovers. Most of Yemen is struggling to have one meal a day, never mind leftovers, and this is an opportunity to think that how we can play our part in helping people, whether we got money. If we don't have money, we can make dua or prayer, supplication. We can raise awareness. We can write to our local MP. We can make change in whatever way we can. And to think that in the Ottoman times, the rich used their leftovers and donated it to the mosques and the poor so they could have food like Saltah, then in this case, the rich should donate their leftover money. In this case, it can be generally money and donate to charity to Yemen or other places. But also, many people are not paying the zakat, and that's the 2.5% which is required if you have collected a certain amount of money within a year. Most people have. These people need to be giving it, and if they are giving it, organizations aren't using it correctly. Because if this money was used correctly, if someone has £1 billion in a year, 2.5%, you get 10 billion as you've sorted many people out for years. So it's a time to think about, from just this dish, the lesson we can take is essentially a soup using a bit of meat and maybe rice, but it was made from leftovers from the rich. And from that example, we can take that we can use this example to leftover wealth, or even leftover food. We can think of these restaurants. You got so much leftover food, instead of throwing it away, you can donate it to the poor in this country or in the country that you're in. Like, you can't donate that food to Yemen, but let's say you have tinned things or things that you can't give to Yemen that is left over, do so. And it's something that maybe we don't think of as much, but a simple dish of a broth with a little bit of meat, maybe potatoes, eggs, vegetables. That's the national dish of Yemen. But how did it come about? And by looking into it and realizing that it came out from leftovers, is the exact solution how we can help Yemen at the moment. Leftover wealth literally either can be your zakat, or wealth that you feel you've got a certain amount and you don't need this certain amount, donate to Yemen or other places as well. I'm focusing on Yemen because this is Yemeni dish, and Yemen is struggling at the moment. You can use this application for other struggling nations as well. Whatever surplus you have, donate to charities, to your local charities as well, to help them. And who knows, you could be in this situation, and the Yemenis will help you, and the Syrians will help you. Like if it's important not to forget that Syria, for example, was one of the most people in Syria were one of the most richest people, the most educated people. Whatever you think of, these people had it, and now it's all gone because of the war, and now they need your help. The roles could be reversed. We've got everything that we need. In 10 years' time, for whatever reason, we might be the ones that are needing charity and food and donations, and the Syrians are in a better position to help us. It's important to use food or other vehicles, food, sports, religion, anything else, to use it to raise awareness about things like this, food poverty. And at the moment in the UK, we don't even need to look at other countries. In the UK, people are struggling to eat. Food banks are struggling to provide. People are going hungry. People are choosing between, shall I have breakfast or shall I have a dinner, or things like this. And just imagine this in this country, in the UK, just like this, in places like Yemen and Syria and Palestine and Somalia and other places where there's not as much support. People are struggling much more, and there's less support, and they need our help even more. Uh, and we should be doing our best with what we are able to, whether that's money, if we have money to spare, whether that's raising awareness, supplicating to God, writing to your MP, or whatever we can to support Yemenis, Somalis, Syrians, people all around the world.